Hi friends. Many of you know that Ryan and I enjoy traveling. We're not big world travelers or anything like that. We've gone out of the country a couple of times, but we enjoy just overnighters and weekends away. And that's not something that we really wanted to give up once Elias was born. So we knew that we wanted to start going on trips with him early just so that we got accustomed to traveling with him and he got used to being in an environment of traveling. So we were able to do our first big trip with him last month at the 5-month mark. He was exactly 5 months when we left. And we live in California, so California to Florida was a cross-country flight. And I did a ton of research before we left, just trying to figure out what would be good just overall tips for traveling with a baby and just some products that we should bring along with us. So the trip went so well. Like, I don't think that it could have gone better. And we learned a lot through it, and most of those learnings were reinforced. Like, it just reinforced that we made good decisions in preparation. So I just wanted to share some of that with you guys, and hopefully it can help out somebody who's looking forward to traveling with a baby soon, and just let you know what really worked for us. So I guess I'll start with just the most basic things first. When we looked at our travel day, we left LAX in the morning, and our flight was 6 hours long. It was a straight flight, but from where we live, it takes some time to get to LAX. So I think we had figured it was going to be like an 8 or 9 hour travel day. So when I was packing our bag, or the diaper bag / carry-on for Elias and I packed a diaper for every 2 hours plus like 4. So I know that's kind of funny, but I wanted to have some extras just in case he blew out or whatever. So that was diapers. I grabbed like a whole new thing of wipes, and we traveled with that. So that's just like bare minimum, just like how I packed diapering wise. For toys, I grabbed a couple small things. I didn't want to take like a whole toy chest, and he's still really small, so he was pretty entertained with the same 3 toys for a decent amount of time, and I just kind of kept switching them out. So he likes this Sophie teether toy. And this is one that I have the ones with the ends here. They're for younger babies, I guess. I know that there's a bigger one that doesn't have these rings here, but this works really well for Elias at his age because no matter how he grabs this, he can hang on to it for a good while and pop it in his mouth, and this keeps him pretty entertained for a good while. And then I have like some of these little keys, and I also brought like the rings. I don't have them in front of me, but those 3 toys were what I packed just for the flight time. And he was totally content with those for the whole flight. Another kind of basic item that I brought was pre-mixed formula bottles. Elias is on formula and he's not breastfed. So this saved us on having to kind of mix the powder in with the water, figuring out where we're getting water, not having to pack formula separate from water, and just the extra weight that all of that is. And plus, it's just, when you're on a plane, it's just kind of a confined amount of space. So we wanted something that we could just whip out easily and get him fed quickly, and that be the end of it. So we got 1 box of these. I think there's like 6 or 8 in a box, and these worked great. Let's see. Another thing that was pretty handy was these. I had never used these before. I know a lot of moms just use them in everyday life, but I had never grabbed them before. These are just bags to put dirty diapers in. So this works really well both on the plane and actually in the hotel room. So I'll just use one. They're about, that long. You just throw a dirty diaper in there, tie a knot off, and that was great for on the plane because I didn't feel like I was leaving like a total messy diaper in the bathroom. But in the hotel room as well, we don't have our room cleaned every day. I guess even if you did, to have a dirty diaper in a hotel room. I mean, it's not something that, like, usually at our house, if Elias has a poopy diaper, we take it to the outside trash, and you can't really do that in a hotel room. So those came in handy, totally diffused the smell. It was great. We didn't have any real issues with that. Another item that we used on the flight and as we were just out and about on the go is a wet bag. I have a small wet bag. This is from Planet Wise. Elias is kind of a messy eater, so the burp cloths that I use while he's eating, they get really gross after a while. So this allowed me to just pop burp cloths in here, and if he would have blown out a diaper or peed through his clothes or whatever, this just allows you to keep everything separate. It's got the vinyl lining on the inside so that it doesn't get the rest of your diaper bag all messy and gross. So I did end up using this for a burp cloth or two while we were on the flight. Another thing that came in handy is just a light blanket. This one is super itty bitty. I have a couple other ones that are bigger, but this is just like a simple, just jersey knit fabric, very lightweight, and it's super compact. So this worked out great, not just for keeping him warm on the flight when it got kind of cool, but it kind of helped tune out the rest of the world for him. And so when he fell asleep, I was able to just kind of throw this over top of him and give him a little bit of kind of room darkening effect on the plane to help him go to sleep. So that worked out great. Another thing, and I'm killing myself because I don't have it in front of me. I have no idea where I put it, but it is a neck pillow for the flight. I have one. I like falling asleep on planes. I can pretty much fall asleep anywhere. So I like falling asleep on planes, and I just always bring that on a flight. I wasn't sure how much I would actually sleep, you know, because I had Elias with me. But I wanted to bring it anyway, and I am so glad that I did, because think of the shape of a neck pillow, and it's a mini boppy. So that worked out so well, because I was able to, Elias just kind of rested on there on my lap, and it gave him the feeling that he was kind of in his own space, because he wasn't totally being cradled by me. He's learned kind of how to sleep just taking naps, just in his crib on his own, and he puts himself to sleep. So it was nice to kind of have that, and it totally, I didn't take it for that reason, but it ended up working great for that, to just kind of lay him on my lap, have that neck pillow around him, and then he just kind of reclined there, and I put the little blanket over top, and he was good to go. So that came in super, super handy, and I didn't see anyone else giving tips for that, so definitely take one of those. Another thing that came in really handy is a well-organized diaper bag. I did a lot of research, and I wanted something that I could use as a backpack, because you only have so many hands when you're going through the airport. And so after doing some research and kind of scoring on eBay, I ended up with a Jujubee BFF. And this one, you have your shoulder strap, it has the backpack straps, and then you could also handle it with just the tote strap. But what we really liked about this is just how wide it opens up. It's not like just a dark hole, just stuff thrown in. Everything's really well organized. There are a ton of pockets and zippers in here. And I mean, especially with the flight and just being gone all day, like we really packed this to the brim, and we still felt like everything was neat and very easy to find. So I'm really glad that we ended up with this. One note about it, the backpack straps worked just fine. My only kind of comment on it would be, I don't actually have the straps on there right now, but do you see how short this is? So it's not the full length of a normal backpack. So it worked great for the airport. I'm not sure if I would use this particular bag for like everyday use if I wanted a backpack, because it's so short and we packed it so heavy. It didn't go down my whole back, so it was kind of, the weight felt like it was kind of awkwardly placed on my back, if that makes sense. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is carriers. We did not take a stroller. We were gone 6 days. We did 2 flights, sightseeing, restaurants, like we did all kinds of stuff, and we didn't take the stroller and never regretted it once. We were very happy with the decision, and I admit I did think about it, like, well, am I going to regret not having that? But we really don't use our stroller just for day-to-day life, and so we figured we would just kind of chance it and not use it. And again, great decision, and we're really happy that we did. So I brought 2 different carriers for 2 different purposes. I brought one specifically for the airport, and that is because I wanted something that did not contain any metal, because I wanted to do as much on my end to not have to take Elias off of me while we were going through security. And I know that depending on the airport, sometimes it doesn't matter if the carriers have metal, they'll let you go through. Some of them are a little bit more particular. So because it was our first flight with him, I wanted to just do my due diligence to make so that I didn't have to take him off. So I went with a baby katan, which looks like this. I'm actually just gonna show you how to wear it just so you can get the visual here. So you just put it on like this, you pop your arms through here, and then you drop the lower strap down. And then I place Elias facing me, and this piece of fabric goes in between his legs, and I just stretch it across his butt, knee to knee, put my other arm through here, again stretch this second piece of material across his butt so his legs are on the outside here, and then you just take this strap and tie it around his backside. It just gives a little extra reinforcement along his back, and gives me a little bit more support on my back as well. So this was very easy in and out, and easy to put on. It fits just like a Moby wrap or any other type of stretchy wrap that you could use. But it's already folded for you, so you just pop him in, pop him out. So this, I was very happy that I decided to use this carrier, and it folds up nicely. The added strap is actually has a pocket in it, so it condenses nice and small into this pocket here. So for out and about, where again, sightseeing and restaurants and what have you, I fought the urge to bring like a million carriers, because you know, I wanted the prettier ones for good pictures, and I decided at the end to just go with what is going to be the most all over good package. So I went for something that was very compact and nice and broken in, and could go with any outfit that I wore. So I went for just my gray ring sling here. And this is really, I mean, the ring slings are what we use for day-to-day use anyway. But I went for my most broken in and neutral toned sling. So Elias, we pretty much always do hip carry or a hug carry. So I just slip it over top, pop him in, snug it up, and he just kind of stays on my hip. Or if he's falling asleep, I actually put him up in front of me and make it tight, and then I actually use the tail to give him a little bit of darkness as we're out and about, and it works great. So yes. Anyway, I think that's it. Those were all of the things that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm hopeful that this will help somebody, and maybe you learned a thing or two as you prepare to travel. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.